Good morning, I'm Nivareti Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Friday, 23rd of February. In this update, time to think about our approach to infrastructure funding in the long term. The Infrastructure Commission says we need to spend around 60% of our investment to look after what we already have rather than building more. AUT Professor of Construction Management John Tukey told Mike Hosking, the more infrastructure we have, the more we want.
The more that we want, the more it attracts usage of the infrastructure beyond what we originally contemplated it to be, and consequently the maintenance cost increases accordingly.
And there's a warning, public-private partnerships for hospitals could create disparities in standards of care. A New Zealand Medical Journal editorial argues the model can help governments shirk their responsibilities to provide free and fair access. Co-author and Canterbury Charity Hospital Trust Chair Phil Bagshaw says in the UK there has been progressively more use of private funding and moves towards getting out of providing free care to its citizens. The Leader of the House is extending the sitting hours of Parliament in a bid to tick off all 49 of the government's 100-day plan promises. The House rose early on Wednesday, adjourning for the rest of the week following the death of Green MP Efeso Collins. Senior Minister Chris Bishop says while the adjournment was appropriate, the tighter timeframe puts pressure on the government's plans.
So we will be using urgency, and it just means MPs will have to stay a bit later. So it just means we'll have to work a bit harder in the next 2 weeks.
A terrible start to the year for Auckland's trains. Train signals were down yesterday for about 13 minutes, which caused delays of up to 40 minutes. Kiwi Rail released a statement last night saying an IT staff member was doing a diagnostic that should only be done at night when services aren't running. Auckland Transport figures show a cancellation rate of around 15% so far this year, about 3 times higher than previous years. Hopes a clarification for genetically modified organisms will speed up future research. The Environmental Protection Agency has said organisms called null segregants aren't considered to contain any genetic modifications. But it says introducing any specific null segregant still has to be verified case by case. Canterbury University genetics professor Jack Heinemann says commercial areas like hybrid seeds and fruit trees will hugely benefit.
They'll be able to produce more seed or more scions or whatever it is their product. They'll be able to produce those at higher levels without requiring approval at that stage.
A rat-plagued Countdown store in Dunedin could reopen on Sunday. More than 20 rats have been found in the Dunedin South store, along with old nests inside the walls. A live rat was found on Wednesday night. The store cannot reopen until 48 hours clear of live rat discoveries. In sport, Silver Ferns vice-captain Phoenix Karaka believes Mystics assistant Rob Wright would offer value as a coach in the national setup as the contested process for Dame Nolene Taurua's role begins. Live reserve golfer Ben Campbell believes a world ranking system needs more inclusivity to remain relevant. The PGA Tour's ruled participants on the rival circuit cannot acquire points because of their locked field concept. And the Tall Blacks have won their opening Asia Cup basketball qualifying campaign match 89-69 away over Chinese Taipei. I'm Nivareti Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.